Right, so this is going to be a 30 to 35 minute session, maybe a little bit longer, doing mat work. So we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. I want you to feel your feet nice and flat on the mat, equally weighted from the front, between the toes and the heels. Feel the weight drop through the back of the pelvis. You have your little arch in your lumbar spine. You feel heavy through the back of the rib cage, and your head is in a nice position. If you're feeling that your chin is lifting up to the ceiling, just draw it down, add a folded up towel behind your head just to get the head in the correct position. So bringing your arms up, turning the palms to face each other, and reaching them both up to the ceiling 5 times, keeping them straight as you lift and drop, and feel the arm bones sink into the shoulder socket as they come back down onto the mat. 2 more. And then turning your palms forward and going into your arm circles, 3 in one direction, 3 in the other, remembering to keep your rib cage down and not lift it up to the ceiling as the arms go back, changing direction, getting a nice fluid movement and motion through the shoulder joint and bringing your arms down. Right, pelvic tilts. So just rocking the pelvis in towards you, not lifting it yet. You're lowering your lumbar spine onto the mat. You can add in a bit of glutes if you want. And 2 more. And then going into your pelvic lift, lifting up. Holding it here for a while and just checking a few things. Checking that your knees haven't rolled out to the side, that you have equal work in both glutes. And then rolling back down, adding in the breathing. You take a breath in, and as you lift, you exhale up, and you inhale to roll your spine back down. And you're going to be doing 5 of those. So this is the 3rd one. Watching that, you keep the alignment of your legs, your ankles, knees, and hips. And coming back down, interlacing your fingers, putting them behind the bumpy part of your head, arms quite wide, watch that your ribs haven't lifted up, and you inhale, and as you lift, you exhale into your curl up. 1, inhale back. And remembering that you are not pulling your head forward, you're lifting it with your arms, and then you're lifting the rest of your upper body off the mat using your abdominals. And 4. Back. Exhale up. 5. Inhale back. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. 10 obliques to the right. And 1. Trying to keep your pelvis and knees still. 2. And watching that you don't draw the left elbow over. 3, 4, you're doing 10. Watching also that it's more of a lift and oblique than a side bend. 6, 7, 8. Wanting to keep the distances, 9, from your hip to your armpit. The same on both sides, changing sides. And 1. Supporting your head with your hands. 2. Chin stays off your chest. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And bring your arms down. Right, going into a hamstring stretch. Straightening the legs up, point and flex 5 times. 2, 3. Really reaching the heel up to the ceiling. 4 and 5. Changing legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bringing the legs down. Right. Going into your 100. So bringing both your legs up into a double knee fold position. We're going to do the first 50 with the knees bent and the second 50 with the legs straightened. If you have a head and neck issue, shoulder issue, it's not really advisable to keep your head lifted up the whole time. So you keep your head down and you have your legs a little bit higher up. You don't take them lower down. And also with the lower back issue as well. Okay, so curling up, pressing the lower back into the mat. Take a breath in, squeezing the knees together and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straightening the legs now. Lowering them if you want to challenge yourself. And last 5. Stop the arms, bend the knees in. Pull the knees in, roll your head from side to side to release your neck and shoulders. Bring one leg down at a time, lengthen the legs away, getting ready for your roll up. Take a breath in, breathe out, nod, curl, and roll. Inhale, and exhale back down. Okay, so if you're finding the roll up difficult to do, 2, just keep going while I show you a modification, and 3, keep going. So your modification, if your back doesn't like that, you're going to go into something like this instead. Roll back up, roll back, and up. Okay, so that's what you're going to do instead of the full roll up. Right, so whatever version you're doing, let's do 2 more. And rolling back down. Last one. And back down. Right. Drawing your legs up. Straightening the right leg up. Turning it out. If you have a lower back issue, you keep this leg bent or you can move it away slightly. If your lower back is fine, you can lengthen the leg and you're going to circle 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And change. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Changing legs. Turning out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing that leg down and either rolling up or just coming up into sitting for your rolling like a ball. So you're going to bring your legs up like this. You're going to round back. You're going to bring one leg up and the other leg up. Nod your chin to your chest, scoop in your abdominals, drop your shoulders, take a breath in and breathe out. 1. Inhale back up. 2. Try not to come up all the way onto your bum bones. It may feel that you're only doing a half roll up, but you're going to be keeping your abdominals engaged the whole time, which is great. 4, 5. Balancing here, rolling back down and getting ready for your ab 5. Again, remembering that if you have a neck and shoulder issue, you keep your head down on the cushion. If you have a lower back issue, you don't take your legs low at all, and you just listen to what your body says to you. If it doesn't like it, if something's uncomfortable, don't do the exercise. Curling up into your single leg stretch. Shoulders down. Lower back pressed into the mat. Take a breath in and breathe out. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remembering 5, you can stop whenever you want. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am doing more repetitions than normal, so like a full 10 sets, which is 20 leg movements if it's a double one like that. Into the double leg stretch, feet in your turnout position, curling up, Pressing your lower back into the mat and breathing out. Breathing in. 2 and in. 3 and in. Exhale. Inhale. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rolling down. Very definitely, if you've had your head lifted, giving yourself a nice roll from side to side. And then going into your double leg, single leg lowers, scissors, curling up, and shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so as you can hear, I'm counting and probably not doing the breathing correctly. So remember, 1 breath for each movement. Inhale for one, exhale for the other. Right, into your double leg lowers. If you have a lower back issue, keep your head down and put your hands underneath your pelvis, which will just ease it up on the lower back a little bit. Otherwise, hands behind your head, straighten your legs up. You can also do it this way if you have a back issue, but just don't drop your legs too low. Press your lower back into the mat, take a breath in, and exhale. 1, inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll from side to side. Pressing your elbows back so you get a nice little stretch across the front of the chest. And then into your crisscross, nice and slow. Remember to breathe in and out for each movement. Lifting up, extend, take a breath in, and exhale. 1. So remembering that I have doubled up the repetitions, so if you get really tired or any part of your body is tired and not enjoying it, just stop and do a little bit of breathing before we move on to the next exercise. Okay, bringing your legs down and coming up into sitting, going into your spine stretch forward, so your legs are not very, very wide. Nice straight back, drop shoulders, take a breath in. And as you exhale, nod and reach. So you're reaching with the crown of your head. You're not pulling your arms forward. Pull in the abdominals and straighten back up. Take a breath in and breathe out. Notice I'm not dropping my arms down. Roll back up. Inhale, 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And rolling back up. Just place your hands behind you for a second and pull your shoulders back just to stretch across the front of the chest. And we're going to go into the open leg rocker now. So moving forward slightly, bringing both your legs up, placing one hand behind the back of each knee. And this open leg rocker is like rolling like a ball, but you're going to, your spine starts straight like this, and it rounds to go back, and then it straightens as you come up. You can do this with bent knees like this, or you can straighten them, and you can also move your hands further up your legs. So straight back, take a breath in, breathe out, round, roll back up, straighten your spine, and exhale, 2, and up. 3, 4, 1 more, 5, and bring the legs down. Right, going into your saw. So I'm going to turn around this way. The legs are going to go out. And they don't have to be too wide, so around about there. Arms up, nice straight back. Drop the shoulders, and you're going to inhale, twist. Look behind you, underneath your right shoulder, and breathe out as you lower towards your baby toe. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach. And up. Twist. Reach. One more each way. And reaching. And last one. Hands behind you, just pulling back. Turning around. You're going to go onto a tummy now for your cobra or your swan dive. We're going to just do the cobra. So this, remember, you should know whether your back likes this movement or not. Some backs with issues love it, others don't. So your legs go out a little bit wider than hip width, slightly turned out. Hands quite wide. And the first 3, we're going to come up halfway on the inhale. So breathing in and breathing out. So it's just your back lifting you now, no arms. And out. One more. And out. Going into the full cobra, breathe in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Sitting back on your heels just to stretch out your lower back. Pushing your hands into the mat so you can get your pelvis closer towards the heels. Okay. Going back onto your back, we're going to go into a shoulder bridge. So the feet come in a little bit closer towards you, and you're going to lift up. If your back is healthy, you can go quite high up. If your back is not, or you're not sure, you're going to stay quite low, like in a pelvic lift position, okay? So with this one, you're going to be lifting the one leg off the mat and trying to keep pelvic stability without dropping the pelvis down to the side when you lift the legs. So lots of glutes. Put your hands on your hip bones so that you can check what's happening with the movement of the pelvis. And you're going to press your left leg down into the mat, engaging the left glute, and you're going to lift the right leg up. You're going to straighten it, you're going to flex the ankle, and you're going to drop the leg towards the other knee 3 times, keeping your pelvis level. Bring the leg back onto the mat and change sides. 1, 2, 3. Back onto the mat. Tuck your tailbone, roll your pelvis down. Draw your knees in and roll from side to side. Okay, bring your one leg down, other leg down, rolling onto your side for your glute exercises. Using a head cushion or not, it's totally up to you. You want to check your knees are level, lift your heels and your head, and check that your heels are in line with your pelvis. You're going to lift this part of your body up off the mat. Pull your ribs in gently, a little bit of abs, put your hand here. Push the hip away because this changes this arch, which you don't want. Okay. And going into your lift and lower. 1, 2. I want you to think of, wow, the only thing that is moving is my leg. 7, 8, 9, 10. If I've counted incorrectly, just carry on with the correct counting. And then into your oyster. 1. I'm lifting my toes, top toes, off the bottom toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, reaching knee away, 8 as it lifts, 9, trying to keep this lift, 10. Hold, put your hand here and check this maintains the same position as you lift both sets of feet up, 1, or you got one set, but you know what I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just be very aware of when you lift, not doing that, not bringing the knee in towards you, because that drops this side here. Okay, and lifting up into your knee drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower, draw the knees in, straighten the leg out, and in and out, 1. Pressing through the heel. Taking the leg back in line with the body, 4, so the alignment stays correct, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold it out, circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, change direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, lifts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then cycles, 5 forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, straightening the bottom leg, bringing this leg up, holding it anywhere it's comfortable, swinging that bottom leg, it comes forward a little bit, and lifting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and resting your leg. Okay, changing sides, doing the other side, getting your alignment correct, chin off your chest, ribs gently in, abs gently in, a little bit of a gap underneath here, and knees level, ankles stacked, relax the shoulder, don't hunch it up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and oyster, 1, 2, remembering not to roll your pelvis backwards, even if it means it feels like a much smaller movement, 7, 8, 9, 10, check that this is still lifted, and up, 1, you see it's not dropping, 2, that's what you want, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold the 10th one up, knee drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Draw the knees in, straighten your leg out, and in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 5, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little lift and lowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cycles. 5 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, flex your ankle if you want to or keep it just neutral. 4, 5, bring this leg up, straighten the bottom leg, swing it forward slightly and lift. 1, 2, lift from the inside of your knee joint. 3, rather than thinking of doing it from your ankle. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and rest the leg. Okay, right. Going into something called neck pull. So I want you just to watch the first one. Again, if your back doesn't like it, you're just going to do a set of curl-ups instead. So the neck pull is up, reach, hands behind your head, straighten, hinge from the hips with a straight back, and then tuck and roll down. Arms up. So first one, we're doing 3. Take a breath in, breathe out, nod and curl. Drop your head between your arms, hands behind the head, straighten up, shoulders down, hinge, hinge. And everybody tucks and rolls at a different place because of your backs, and roll. And abdominals. Up. Hinge, tuck and roll. One more. Take a breath in, breathe out. Okay, drawing your knees in and rolling from side to side. Bringing one leg down and then the next. Right, so we are going to go into now a 10-minute stretch session. Okay, so bringing your legs up, crossing the knees over, grabbing your ankles, feet, toes, shins, but just trying to get your ankles level with your knees, and pulling in to feel the stretch in the hips. Holding it for a count of 10, so 5. And changing over. So you might feel when you change sides that you have to hold in a completely different place, or you might feel like you're rolling over to the side. That's fine, your hips are all different, but each one is different. 10, right. Right ankle over left knee, right arm out to the side, left arm here, roll to the left, look to the right, keep your right shoulder down, and pull the right knee over to the left. Rolling back and changing sides. So if you feel that this little 10-minute stretch is not enough for you, you can just rewind it and repeat the stretch, or the first YouTube video that I did has got a 15-minute stretch on it, which you're more than welcome to go and do after this, if you feel you need it. And rolling back. Right ankle over left knee, and draw the left leg in. Pulling your left leg in and pressing your right elbow against your right leg. Being careful not to roll over to the right, trying to keep the weight in the center of the back of your body. Pulling it in, holding this for a count of 10, so you're probably on about 7. Moving your hands forward onto your shin, dropping your heel towards your left bottom and pulling in. Being careful not to tighten up in the shoulders. Straightening up, either keeping your hands here if your hamstrings are tight, or if you can, moving them up the leg towards the ankle. Watch your shoulders again. And bringing the leg down, changing sides, pulling up. You might feel that one hip is tighter than the other one. Moving the hands forward, pulling in. Being careful not to roll. Straightening up. Adding in a flex if you feel you want to do a calf stretch. And bringing the legs down. Okay, coming up into sitting and going sideways. So putting your hands behind you, straightening your back, and remembering that you want to lean forward from here, keeping your back straight. So you're not dropping your head down, you're keeping your head level with the rest of the spine and just moving from the hips. You can get the feeling that your bum bones are coming out behind you. Feeling your inner thigh stretch. You can also grab your ankles and pull if you feel you need to. Turn to the right leg, lower the ribs towards the thigh, but keep your head in its neutral position so you're not dropping down. And changing sides. Coming back up, putting your hands behind you, pulling your shoulders back. So you're just wanting to bend your spine from the mid-back area, not into the lower back. And bring your legs into this position. Putting your left hand on your right knee, pulling against the knee and looking over your right shoulder. Sides. And then coming forwards and just pressing your knees down. Okay, coming into this position, taking your hands quite wide and keeping your spine in its neutral position. All you're doing is bending the elbows, opening up at the shoulders, one, and pushing up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your hands back in. And wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and going into this exercise. Dropping the shoulder, making sure that you haven't sat back with your pelvis or leg to the side. Bending this elbow, dropping the shoulder down. 1, and 2 more on that side. 2, keeping your head lined up and not dropping it. 3, and changing sides. 1. And up. 2. And 3. Tucking your toes under and pushing back on your bent toes and being careful not to let the ankles go out to the side. Pushing back. Feeling the stretch in the arches, the stretch and bend in the toe joints, holding it. And then coming up. And then just sitting sideways. Legs like this, or like that, or straight, it doesn't matter. Whatever's comfortable for you, sitting up nice and tall, and lifting your arm over and reaching, opening up the side of your ribs, making sure that you're not hunched your shoulder up here, so drop it so this elbow goes onto the mat. Reaching over and up and over. 1 more each side. shoulders. Backwards and forwards. And then just sitting up nice and tall and take a big breath in. And breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. And last one. And thank you very much. See you next time.